Hello everyone, it's time for another library update. We're swinging into the new year. 2026 is just around the corner. And we can't play baseball in winter. Have you ever seen anyone try to play baseball in winter?
My kids used to.
Yeah.
Well, they used to do a lot of things in wintertime. Yeah, we used to throw snowballs and they'd try and hit them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can see that. I think we might have done that with big icicles too. But
Was it better way to utilize a snowball than to have a snowball fight? Because it was 3 girls, 1 boy, and they used to just pelt him with snowballs, that poor thing. So I had to get creative so they could throw snowballs and not ruin their brother's psyche for life. So.
Okay. Well, we did just get a nice big dump of snow, so lots of fun things.
Gorgeous.
Snow-wise.
Gorgeous.
It looks beautiful. The wind was a bit crazy, but we're alive, we're surviving. And we've got a lot of great programs lined up for January, but since we're on the subject of snow and all that, we can start by talking about our winter library of things. We've got all of our winter offerings available, so there are snowshoes, there are sleds, there's snow fort building kits. If you're more inclined for the indoors, we have lots of great games that you can check out and play. We also have a UV therapy light if that's something that you need.
Instruments
all sorts of good
you can
offerings.
play around with. Do you want to learn to play the piano? Do you want to learn to play the drum? How about a ukulele?
Yep.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of great things
Check
available
out the
in
library of things because it's cool.
And along with that, we also have state park passes. So if you want to go hiking or snowshoeing or cross-country skiing out in Flandreau or somewhere in the area, by all means, come by the library and see how to check out a state park pass. And we also still have, of course, recreation center passes. I believe we're getting another one. At least
one.
At least one. So right now we have 4, 2 single rec center passes and 2 family of 4 passes, and we're getting one more pass. I forget which kind it is, but it hasn't been released yet, so keep your eye out for that.
Yeah, we'll let you know for sure.
Yeah, if the kids are getting a bit stir crazy and they don't want to play in the snow, and you want to take them to the pool at the rec center, check out what the library has to offer. They're very popular, so you want to make sure you get your name on those quick. Other than New Year's Day, we do have one closure in January for Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yes.
So that's going to be Monday, January 19th. So the library won't be open that day. So none of our regular programs that would happen on a Monday will be there that day. But we've got lots of fun things happening for kids in January. What have we got going on, Kathryn?
So Storytime starts on January 5th, and that's Storytime with Miss Kathryn, and it is at 10:30 in the morning. It's a half an hour. We read books, we sing songs. We do a concept. We've been doing colors, which is interesting. And we're going to keep on with that through January, I believe. I think I can come up with enough colors. And we'll probably start a different concept, maybe numbers, in February. We, as LeRoy said, are going to be closed on the 19th. So when the library's closed, no programming. So no story time then. We are going to keep on with Pajama Party. It starts on the 7th. So you can bundle up, come into the library, wear your pajamas, bring a blanket. You can bring a stuffy, which is a stuffed animal. And we do a very special set of songs that always speak to bedtime. And we read books that are on the theme for that week. We have some special movements that we do that go along with the pajama theme. And we just have a great time. It starts at 6:30, it's over at 7. And then you have time if you want to do the scavenger hunt or color a picture or do a craft real quick before you leave and go home and go to bed. So it's a really nice time. We have our STEAM programs, Creative Kids and Wacky Wonders. Creative Kids is going to be on the 8th at 3:30. So Thursday the 8th of January at 3:30. It is a registered program, as are several of our programs. I need to know how many are coming so that I can provide enough materials to do whatever we're doing on that day. So we do science, technology, engineering, art, and math. I don't like math very much, so we don't do a lot of math. But the kids are really bothering me to make something to eat. So I'm going to need to figure out like what we can measure. And we'll talk about fractions, which is always fun with kindergartners. But they do really, really well in the class, and we're having a great time. Registration is online. You can give us a call if you go to newulmlibrary.org and click on the events tab. It'll open up a calendar for you, and you just look at January and pick the 8th. Click on that. There's a link within the description that will get you to a registration. You have to be in kindergarten or first grade to join. And that's all that I need. It's just name, age, or I think we do grade that you're in, and a way to contact you in case something goes wrong and we can't have the class. Wacky Wonders will be the following Thursday on the 15th. Same format, same things. The age group is 2nd through 5th grade. But we do very similar. Sometimes we do exactly the same thing. And it's nice because when you do the kindergartners, it's real simple, and then you can get a little more intense with descriptions and, terminology of what you're doing, and they tend to remember things a little bit better, but I do quiz everybody before they leave. They can't leave until they answer questions in front of their parents about what we did, so we can prove that we did something. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. We do have a lot of fun. We made bird feeders for the birds last time. So we talked about birds that stay in the wintertime. And that happened to be the day we had our first blizzard in December. And so there were very few people there. And they were all like, can we go now? And it's like, yes, go home, please. We didn't even stay the full 45 minutes. But they had a good time. It was a wonderful thing to do for the birds for Christmas. It was a little Christmas present they could give to their birds that live outside their homes. So that's the kind of stuff we do. We have our video game clubs. So Junior Video Game Club is going to be on January 6th. It's at 3:30. You do not need to register. You just drop in. It is for kids who are in 2nd through 5th grade. And then we have one for the teens, and it's going to be on Saturday, January 10th. And that's going to be at 2 p.m. And for both of them, we have a couple Switch consoles, and you can play on either one. We did just get in some new games. We had a wonderful grant given to us, and I purchased some new games for either one, really, because you can insert them. So you can play whatever games you want. It's cooperative play, so you all have to, it's a good way for kids to learn how to get along. It's not very easy sometimes. You usually always have a leader in either group that will just run away with it if you don't help them. So we have to stop and we have to talk with each other every once in a while. And they have to communicate. Everybody has to agree on what game to play, and then you just play. And there's a snack table. We love snacks. I've never seen kids so hungry. Mine are all grown.
After school.
And they feed themselves now, so I don't even know. I've been just like, oh yeah, that is how kids are. I remember I had a huge cupboard full of food, and it was gone every 3 days. I had to refill it. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that from motherhood.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you black out right away. So
I've got 2 in that stage right now. It's just, where's all the food gone?
they're amazing. They're amazing. So those are happening. We have our sensory playtimes. Evening sensory playtime will be Tuesday evening at on the 20th of this month at 6 p.m. So we have just a tiny little story time. We all read a book together. It's a sensory, book where you touch, you feel, you can hear things, and we read it out loud together and we talk about it. We do a little activity, whether it's bubbles or playing with scarves or shaker eggs sometimes, but not often because they tend to get, sometimes it's a little irritating for some of the kids to hear the eggs being shaken, so we don't always do that. But then we put everything away and we play with toys that are specific for the program. So they're not in the library ever until we do this program. And they're all toys that you can manipulate. They have a sound to them, they have movement, and they're all for sensory play. Now, is it just for kids who have issues with sensory? No. So one of the best things ever is having kids play side by side of all different I can't think of the word right now. So all different abilities, right? You don't have to have sensory issues to come and hang out with us. We just want to play. We want to play cooperatively, and we want to have a good time and to be sensitive to kids who have needs. So during the daytime, we do that. We do it on a Thursday on the 22nd at 10 a.m. So Thursday, the 22nd of January at 10 a.m. Both of those classes are registered. I can only take up to about 10 kids. So you have to register for those in order to come. And same thing, you can call us, you can go online to register. You can stop in at the library and register with us at the desk. So lots of ways to do that. We have special Friday Storytime coming up on January 23rd. We are also having Mary Jennings back this time. So last time she brought, what was her puppet? An elephant? I believe it was her elephant puppet. Gorgeous. So fun. So she does story times with Head Start in Minneapolis, and she lives closer to us, and so she loves this library, and she came and offered to do stuff here. And so she's been doing our special Friday story times for the last few months, and she'll be here and we'll do another puppet story time, dancing, singing, and then we sit down and do a craft, which makes it a special story time. And we do it on Friday, which is why it's a Friday special story time. And that is about it for me. I don't see anything else on here.
Lots of fun things.
Lots of fun things, and there's always stuff to do in the library of coloring pages. We have the scavenger hunt that is in the children's room only. We have a craft you can do. We have a board where kids color specific items, and then we put it up on the board for them to see every time they come in. And just puzzles you can do on the floor, games you can play, manipulatives to play with. So lots of fun upstairs. Please join us. What do you have going on?
Well, I suppose I'll start with, if you haven't seen it yet down in Fiction, we do now have a puzzle table.
Yes.
So if you feel inclined to sit down for a bit and try to organize your thoughts with small pieces of cutout cardboard with a picture laminated on them.
So soothing and
It
calming.
actually can be very.
Yeah.
We have a number of people that really enjoy it so far, and we have a whole variety of puzzles that we're rotating through. And so come by yourself, bring a friend to chat, stop in and check out the new puzzle table down in Fiction. Up by the circulation desk, we have our traveling exhibit here for
So
most
beautiful.
of January.
Those posters are so beautiful.
They are really just beautiful artwork. So we have them through January 26th, which is the Seeds Women of Minnesota exhibit, collaboration between the Minnesota Historical Society and the Anderson Horticultural Library at the University of Minnesota. And it's about these three women who started or took over seed businesses in the 1890s and really grew them. Really great examples of people starting from the ground up and building a successful business. Women who were kind of at the forefronts of their business field and doing great things here in Minnesota, as well as just really neat examples of advertising and marketing of the time. Their seed catalogs were so beautifully illustrated. The three posters, one about each of the women, is really great to look at. Come check them out. Again, we'll have those here through January 26th, so
nice.
We're excited for that. We've got all of our regular programs happening in January. So our senior movie matinees, we've got 5 Fridays in January. So we've got 5 senior movie matinees, classic movies from the 1930s. On January 2nd, Friday, we're going to be watching It Happened One Night. And the following week, we're going to watch The Invisible Man. So the 1930s version. And then
That's going to be cool.
on the 16th, we're going to watch Mutiny on the Bounty. Not the 1960s version, the 1930s version. It's interesting. And then we've got a comedy after that on the 23rd, After the Thin Man. And then...
You're going to need a comedy after this.
And then we've got, on the 30th, we've got Libeled Lady. So that one's a kind of a romance thriller comedy thing.
What?
So,
From where? When was that made?
I want to say 1935, but it could move forward somewhere in there. All the movies, as far as I'm aware, are in black and white. They did make some colored movies in the 1930s, but yeah, we've got everything from thriller to horror to adventure to comedy. We've got a whole range this month for our senior movie matinees. The New Ulm Film Society is also continuing their Steven Spielberg Direct series.
Oh, good.
And so for January, of course, they meet on the second Tuesday of the month, so that's going to be January 13th at 6:30 in the evening, and they're going to be watching Jurassic Park. So now Jaws is from, they're going forward chronologically in films he made. So they started with 1970s Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then we watched E.T., and now we're on to Jurassic Park.
Wow.
And so that'll be pretty entertaining. We've got our book clubs, of course. Our Litwits meet on the first Monday of the month, so that's going to be Monday, January 5th at 6:30, and they're going to be discussing Thomas Hardy's Far from the Madding Crowd, classic novel. Really interesting because he thought he was a failure as an author during his lifetime. They were not well received when he was alive, and so he stopped writing. Because he thought nobody liked his books, and it wasn't until after he died that they became famous. It's like, oh no! It usually happens to artists, but,
right.
But occasionally it happens to authors. And so, with all of our book clubs, of course, we try to make sure we have enough copies for everyone at the circulation desk. You never have to try to go buy your own copy or anything like that. Stop at the circulation desk, and you can say, I would like the next book for whichever book club you'd like to go to, and they'll help you get that arranged. Our History Book Club meets on the third Tuesday of the month, so that's going to be Tuesday, January 20th at noon. Now, we're going to be meeting back here at the library now in the Fred Johnson room. They were meeting at the City Center Apartments for the winter, but unfortunately our host there had to make some changes in living arrangements and isn't able to host us anymore, which is sad. But the library is always here. And so Tuesday, January 20th at 12 p.m., we're going to be discussing David McCullough's History Matters. So instead of a broad topic or a specific event, we're looking at kind of more an essay in the craft, as it were. David McCullough is a very famous historian and biographer. And then we've got our Mystery Book Club. They meet on the last Monday of the month, so that's going to be Monday, January 26th, and they meet at 6:30 in the evening, and they're going to be discussing the very funny Murder by Cheesecake by Rachel Ekstrom Courage. It's the first book in a series in which the main characters are the Golden Girls. I was talking to the Mystery Book Club last night, and we all agreed that we don't think they're going to solve the mystery. We are waiting to see how the author has them accidentally have it solved in their lap, is what we're looking for with this one. So that's what we're expecting.
Love it.
We've got chess club every Tuesday afternoon, or evenings, at 6 p.m. So come by and try out our chess club. We've got our Pathfinder tabletop role-playing groups. The teens meet Monday afternoon at 3:45, and the adults meet at 4:15 at the afternoon in the library. We have our art and craft groups. So the Knipling group is going to be meeting here shortly. They meet on Tuesday afternoons from 1 to 3.
Okay.
Down in our fiction area, we've got some fabulous knipplers that are doing great things. They're going to be doing an exhibition show over at the Grand pretty soon here, so you should check out some of the amazing lace that they make. And then we've got our needleworking group that meets Wednesday mornings from 9:30 to about noon. All types of needlework. They meet up in our nonfiction area. They have a lot of fun. The art group will be starting back up after their holiday hiatus. They'll start back on Wednesday, January 14th. And they meet in the afternoons from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. So they'll start back in January, and then they'll continue on down through May. We have our Minnesota Valley Civil War Roundtable. They meet on the third Tuesday of the month, so that's going to be Tuesday, January 20th at 6:30 in the evening. And this month we're going to be looking at more examples of Civil War photography. So we had a fabulous presentation in December by military historian John Heyman. It was great. Look for that premiering on our YouTube channel at some point here. And he showed some really neat photographs. And so we're going to talk a bit more about just Civil War photography in general and how it works. There's actually a whole museum dedicated to that.
It's fascinating.
So, and one of the things that I thought was really neat as I was looking into the topic for our discussion this coming month is that because of the way that the pictures were taken on silver plate, there's no resolution. There's no pixelation. So you can zoom in super close.
Whoa.
And there's no distortion to the image. So you can look at really small details in
Oh
those
my gosh.
photographs.
That's so cool.
And learn all and see all little bits of information, which is really an interesting thing to look at. We've got our genealogy club. They meet on the third Thursday of the month, so that's going to be Thursday, January 15th at 6:30 in the evening. And I think that about wraps up all of our regular programs. But of course, January, which is what I'm most excited for, brings our winter reading program for adults. Kids get the summer. Adults, we get the winter. January through February is our adult winter reading program. You can pick up your tracking sheet and register for the program starting Friday, January 2nd. We'll start Monday, January 5th and run through the end of February. You can join at any time during that point. You don't have to try to start right at the beginning. Anytime you're able to join, you can do so. This year, our theme is across the puzzle and down the page. Your tracking sheet is going to be a crossword puzzle with some fun book-related clues there. So as you read books, you'll be able to answer clues on the crossword puzzle and get your name entered for our prizes, as well as earn a free book from our prize shelf. And so stop by the circulation desk starting Friday, January 2nd and all through the end of February. And you can come and participate, and it's usually a lot of fun. We get great participants, and people enjoy the prizes as well. So winter reading program starting up right here in January. We're excited for that. And I think that about wraps it up for this time. Yeah. So we will see you next month, and have yourself a wonderful new year.
Absolutely.